Hi, I'm Philip J. Morris and I'm the director of Sessions by Ifeanyi Frederick.
And hi, I'm Joseph Black and I'm playing Tunde.
Toxic masculinity is like a massive topic that we've interrogated throughout R&D process and rehearsal process, because Tunde he's complex, and I think there's something about the hidden shame and how he's kind of not ready to express that. And in that lack of like being ready to express that, it evokes like some traits that are not great. Do you know what I mean? And like really questionable.
Yeah. Actually, I not know what you're talking about specifically, but in terms of what I want to say, like but what men can do, or what some people can perceive that men can do, which is comes off across as toxic or whatever it might be, in a place of self-soothing. And do you know what? The best way to actually really describe it for me is when it comes to the shame, it's all based on how he's supposed to be. Everybody has an expectation of, as a man, you should da-da-da.
Yeah.
As a man, you need to be doing da-da-da.
Yeah,
As a man who's nearly turning 30 years old, you should da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of that about race as well.
Yeah.
And what I really love about this play, a big thing about it has also been dialect. And for so many years, and it's actually it's kind of the deepest thing for me, but for so many years, it was like, well, just because I'm black, why do I have to sound a certain way? I can do that. But then there's also part of that makes me feel like you're almost running away from your identity to be able to prove that you can be an individual. But how about this? How about, as a black man, you can sound a certain way and still be intellectual? Can still be very logical, can still be very mathematical within your approach to your own problems and things around you and your relationships. And I feel like, I can only talk about my own experiences, but as a black man, I feel like I'm constantly told how I'm supposed to be, how I'm supposed to support, how I'm supposed to love, how I'm supposed to talk, how I'm supposed to hold myself, how I'm supposed to do a lot of different things. And what I really love about this play is it challenges a lot of the stereotypes of what we are supposed to be without ignoring the massive parts of our culture that still makes us connected. Of going, I do remember that song.
Yeah.
When I get gassed, I still do this, and all those kind of things, and not running from that.
There are massive like tropes throughout the play, and like tropes that Tunde feels attached to in terms of like just touching again on like toxic masculinity in terms of not feeling comfortable with crying, to uphold. Also there being like an upheld aggression and having to try and like navigate through that. Do you know what I mean? And it's really interesting as we go along, like as we unravel kind of where some of these things are coming from. It really touches a nerve that I think is really important for us to truthfully portray in all of its flaws and all of its like beauty at the same time.
The wonderful thing about theatre is you can physically get to see something on stage that you can relate to someone that you know, or something within yourself. Those moments of self-thought that you never really will see, because that internal dialogue, where however dark or however funny it can be or however light it could be, we don't always hear what happens within someone else's mind. And sometimes you're thinking like, well, I can't say that because I'm the only person who thinks about that. Like, obviously, that's ridiculous. And you hear someone else go, oh, okay, so it's not just me.
Yeah.
And then even that moment as well, when you're watching something on stage, and you go, wait, hold on, someone else had my experience. And then you look around, and several people are going, oh, that's me too. You're like, hold on, so I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
There's a camaraderie that can kind of happen while watching a piece, because you all have this moment where you kind of can connect together, just knowing that you're not alone in certain things.
Yeah, I think that's the powerful thing about theatre is connection. And I think whether you identify a piece of yourself in the characters or the themes, those things are the things that tend to like live with you beyond the show. And actually, when you're in your tube back home or when you're on your bus back home, you're like, that moment like spoke to me.